Hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. Sorry you guys are stuck with me this week, but Andrew's taking some well-deserved time off, but we didn't want you guys to miss what's going on in the Pew sphere.
This is forbidden, Lord.
Please bless Nacho with nutrients and strength.
So today, you're going to get the bad news first. The residents of Colorado are taking one straight to the giblets after the assault weapons ban bill passed in the Colorado Senate last week and is now in the House. It cleared the Senate last Tuesday on a vote 19-15 with 3 Democrats breaking ranks and voting against the bill with their Republican colleagues. If this giant rhinestone tyrannical turd gets passed, it would take effect September of this year. So call the Colorado House of Representatives at 303-866-2904 and tell them to oppose SB 25-003. And if you can, donate to GOA at donate.gunowners.org so they can unleash their cyborg velocilawyers the second the governor signs this suppository against the Second Amendment.
Are you experimenting with nutritional suppositories again?
But it would be impossible for us to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors. So let's pay some bills. Today's video is brought to you by Vortex.
The proven Crossfire sight is now available in new flavors. Same great, affordable, bomb-proof reflex sight with a 2 MOA reticle and 50,000-hour battery life backed up by the Vortex no questions asked VIP warranty, but now it's available with a tan finish or a green dot.
And by Aguila Ammunition. ARs can be hungry little beasties, but rifle ammo usually comes in boxes of 20 when standard magazines hold 30. That's dumb and makes puppies sad. So Aguila now packages their 5.56 in 30-round boxes. It's also available in sealed plastic battle packs to keep your ammo tasting fresh for the apocalypse. And also by 1776 Insurance. Most homeowners' policies only cover up to $2,500 for firearms. I don't know about you, but I have more than that in just optics. 1776 gives you comprehensive coverage against breakage, theft, fire, and burglary for all your guns, and you don't have to give them your serial numbers. If you've been watching for any amount of time, you know we love to talk about the government agency that should have been a convenience store. It seems that Poppy Trump is asking Patel, who is already the newly sworn FBI director, to also be the acting director of the ATF.
It's happening. It's happening.
Patel, who is allegedly not a fan of government overreach, could make for a huge change in direction for the agency that still reeks of Diddle Booty's tenure there. Still, I can't wait to hear who's announced to be the permanent director for the position, even if my heart still wants it to be Brandon Herrera. If you, like me, don't know a lot about Patel, the control freak's reactions are always a good litmus test on where he stands on topics important to us.
What about the children?
Everytown and Giffords expressed their outrage on the X-Twitter, of course, screeching as loudly as their keyboards would let them. They even went so far as to encourage folks to text FBI to their update spam campaign at 644-33 to stop Patel or something. Now, I'm not sure what happens if you spam that number with other things, but I'm sure some of y'all are going to find out. And I totally don't want you to let me know in the comments how your trolling of that text system played out.
People think I don't get sarcasm.
Speaking of the FBI, Mr. Patel's been making some waves over there the past week with his appointment of Dan Bongino as his deputy director. Bongino has been a longtime advocate for the 2A and an open critic of gun control. This also seems like a good step in the right direction for these agencies who have been snake-stepping for a long time. In specific relation to gun rights, we have referenced the FBI crime reporting data many times on this channel from their Uniform Crime Reporting Data program. Gun rights activists have used these stats to argue the uselessness of gun control for years, and occasionally so have control freaks. The FBI published their final crime data for 2022 in September of 2023, then later quietly revised those numbers without any explanation, which is odd because I just assumed they would like to take any chance to lie when given the opportunity.
I only tell the truth when it makes me sound like I'm lying.
This data was used in numerous control freak arguments throughout the time frame to promote whatever BS infringement they were cooking up. Colion Noir did a podcast this October discussing the exact issue, and the Bongino appointment got me thinking about the subject. If the FBI is accurately reporting gun crime and the ATF is accurately prosecuting criminals instead of the American people, nature may actually be healing.
It is all part of the healing process.
It feels like some kind of fever dream fantasy, but we'll keep you updated as always. Until then, stay frosty and bully your politic critters regularly. Okay, so there's a lot going on last week, and there's a lot of stuff we wanted to cover, but we had an update in a recent story that we promised we'd keep you informed about. The Ruger RXM FCU unit we reported on recently has now been paired with a fully printed RXM lower, and feast your eyes on this beauty.
It's perfect.
So get your filament ready because it looks like it's a blast if you want to get all Dr. Frankenluger in your garage. While scrolling through the comments on that post, someone asked the same thing I was wondering. Will it work with any Gen 3 slide? And the answer is yes. It doesn't have to be an RXM specific slide. If you have an RXM and a 3D printer, I imagine you'll have all sorts of files to play with in the near future. If you missed our SHOT Show video on Magpul talking about the RXM, you'll have to check it out. As always, our hats are off to the dudes who are out there making sure you can't stop the signal and working to make gun control a thing of the past. And now, your moment of zen.
Testing out the shock stock, some high-low chambers.
Do you like pews and pew-related things? Do you want to help us keep delivering you pure, uncut, American pew-paganda at the low, low price of free media? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it, and Andrew still loves you.